It's 5:34. Well, actually, just turned to 5:35. News Radio 1000 KTOK and Kathi Yeager filling in for Lee Matthews. You know, I feel like it's been a very busy weekend after tornadoes touchdown in Tulsa. It was kind of a surprise. Thankfully, Mike Morgan has the opportunity to take a second with me. I'm going to talk to him about the eclipse. But first,
hi, Kathi.
How strange is it to get tornadoes in August, Michael?
Yeah, I know, and especially at 1:15 in the morning, right?
That's so scary. Think about it. You're asleep, God forbid. So it's all the ingredients for exactly what you don't want to happen. But thankfully, I've heard there are no reports of deaths after this storm came through.
Yeah, there were a couple of pretty serious injuries, but no deaths. That's good. It was a leading-edge tornado, not a supercell tornado like we often get, but a leading-edge tornado. We actually had some of those come through the metro back on April 26th last spring. So a little bit more short fuse, a little bit more difficult to predict, but did a lot of damage on the ground for 7 miles, right down 41st Street there around the Promenade Mall. Amazing.
You're from Tulsa, too, aren't you, Michael?
Yeah, it missed my elementary school by 3 blocks.
Oh, gosh. Well, you know, I got to tell you, and then we've got cooler temperatures today, so it all feels like, a very interesting dynamic anyway. But then now we're talking about the total solar eclipse. When's the last time we've had a total eclipse like this?
Gosh, for Oklahoma, I can't recall exactly. We had a partial
was
not
it 2013?
Too long ago. And I know we have another total coming up, I think, in about 7 or 8 years from now. But this is by far the one that everybody's talking about because it travels from the Pacific coast to the Atlantic coast during the daylight hours, of course. And a lot of folks are going to get a chance to see this eclipse. Now, for Oklahoma, it's going to be 84.5% coverage in Oklahoma City. And that's going to be right around that 1 o'clock in the afternoon time frame, just after 1 o'clock. Ponca City will have 90% coverage. If you want to see the totality where the sun is completely blocked by the moon, you have to go north of Topeka or in the Kansas City metro area or up I-44 between Rolla, Missouri and St. Louis, Missouri. And the times on those would be Topeka, the north side of Topeka, 106. Kansas City at 1:09 p.m., and this side of St. Louis at 1:17 p.m. But, Kathi, I tell you, what's interesting is the weather pattern is going to be pretty similar to what it is out there today.
Ooh.
So we may have some pretty extensive cloud cover, which will be pretty unusual for August on Eclipse Day. Now, it's still two weeks away, so we'll see exactly how the forecast stacks up, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if some areas are a lot cloudier than they think they are going to be. So we're going to track that weather forecast, too.
I hope people don't think, though, because it's cloudy, they don't have to use their special glasses, which I don't know where you get them, but I'm going to definitely, encourage, some for my kiddos because they'll be in school and hopefully they'll have an opportunity to go out. The schools are great I remember doing this in elementary school one time. We had to, I don't know, back in my day, we had to look like we had to create a box, like a shoe box.
Right,
we put like
right.
this
And
filter.
so therefore you're looking through the shoe box
Yeah.
and not at the sun.
Exactly.
So you see the kind of the, what is it, the mirror image or the silhouette of the sun.
Exactly. So you're seeing it sort of through that vision, but people are so tempted to, and in this day and age of social sharing, to go try and, look at it directly with their eyeballs. And that just, I understand, still very bad, just like it was back in our day.
and a point also, even though it's 84.5% coverage here in Oklahoma City, that remaining, 15% or so, that'll damage your eyes just as quickly as looking at the sun directly. So the point you're making is very much so. You have to have those protective goggles or glasses.
Hey, did I ever tell you you're my favorite meteorologist? You're my
I love you.
You know I love
Kathi
you.
Yeager and I have had an affair for going 25 years
Stop
now, and it's strong as ever.
I always joke with you, and I think
when you call me, I come running.
You're such a precious guy. I appreciate you.
Too.
Go get back at it. We'll do the same.
Kathi.
And thank you for this scoop on the total solar eclipse. I'll try to find a link to some really specialized glasses folks can get, and you can head over to the Kathi Yeager page on my sister station, thetwister.com, for folks who are interested.
I'll be over there listening to you.
You're so precious. Thank you, Michael.
Bye, Kathi.
And for folks who are, doing this maybe as a school project and something along those lines, if you have information on where to get specialized glasses, because that is really a chief fear of mine. Now that, it seems like young people are so quick to want to just jump on social networks with things like that. We need to make sure that we have a safe way for folks to view this because it is a pretty spectacular thing. So you can share that here on the KTOK Facebook page or just jump over to mine at Kathi Yeager, KathiYeager. Appreciate that.